Travis Wayne Goodsell. Okay, boys and girls, it's time for another Book of Mormon reading during America's Second Civil War. And so make yourself comfy and cozy and get warmed by the protesters' fire of resistance. And grab yourself a Mountain Dew, the dew of the Mormon God in the top of the mountains. Today's reading is in 3rd Nephi, chapter 7, and we're starting halfway in verse 5. And all this iniquity had come upon the people, because they did yield themselves unto the power of Satan. And the regulations of the government were destroyed, because of the secret combination of the friends and kindreds of those who murdered the prophets. And they did cause a great contention in the land, insomuch that the more righteous part of the people had nearly all become wicked. Yea, there were but few righteous men among them. And thus 6 years had not passed away since the more part of the people had turned from their righteousness, like the dog to his vomit, or like the sow to her wallowing in the mire. Now this secret combination, which had brought so great iniquity upon the people, did gather themselves together, and did place at their head a man whom they did call Jacob. And they did call him their king. Therefore he became a king over this wicked band. And he was one of the chiefest who had given his voice against the prophets who testified of Jesus. And it came to pass that they were not so strong in number as the tribes of the people, who were united together, save it were their leaders did establish their laws, every one according to his tribe. Nevertheless, they were enemies. Notwithstanding, they were not a righteous people. Yet they were united in their hatred of those who had entered into a covenant to destroy the government. Therefore Jacob, seeing that their enemies were more numerous than they, he being the king of the band, therefore he commanded his people that they should take their flight into the northernmost part of the land, and there build up unto themselves a kingdom, until they were joined by dissenters. For he flattereth them that there would be many dissenters. And they became sufficiently strong to contend with the tribes of the people, and they did so. And so speedily was their march, that it could not be impeded until they had gone forth out of the reach of the people. And thus ended the 30th year, and thus were the affairs of the people of Nephi. And it came to pass that in the 31st year they were divided into tribes, every man according to his family, kindred, and friends. Nevertheless, they had come to an agreement that they would not go to war one with another, but they were not united as to their laws and their manner of government, for they were established according to the minds of those who were their chiefs and their leaders. But they did establish very strict laws, that one tribe should not trespass against another, insomuch that in some degree they had peace in the land. Nevertheless, their hearts were turned from the Lord their God, and they did stone the prophets, and did cast them out from among them.